After studying this module, you shall be able to know about the different approaches to strategy formation. Also, you would be able to evaluate 4 types of corporate level strategies. Finally, you would be able to understand the conditions and risks of following these strategies. Corporate strategy helps in answering certain basic questions. What businesses have to do to their organizations for competing with other firms? For instance, what would a small business do, or what would a large, complex and diversified conglomerate do when it has to compete with the other firms and has to deal with its environment? The corporate strategy reflects about the necessary direction of the firm as a whole. Valuable resources are to be allocated across the business, and the corporation has to take these decisions keeping the level of risk and the organizational resources and the capabilities of the organization in mind. Therefore, there are 3 things that an organization has to keep in mind: the level of risk in undertaking a certain strategy, the organizational resources which have to be allocated for different uses, and the organization's strength and weaknesses, its capabilities. All of these things have to be kept in mind while deciding upon a strategy. A strategy is basically a thought process. Therefore, now the corporate strategy includes certain decisions concerning the flow of finances and other resources to and from a company's product line and its business units. Through a series of coordinating devices, a company transfers resources, skills, and capabilities developed in one division to another division that needs such resources. In this way, it attempts to obtain synergies amongst various product lines and business units so that the corporation as a whole is greater than the sum of its individual business units. Synergy refers to the total output from combining resources, which is often greater than the output of the individual operating units or the business units, the BUs. So this is what corporate strategy is all about, and corporate strategy aims to implement the choice of the direction that an organization should be taking. Corporate strategy is about business or product portfolio. In other words, corporate strategy defines the range of its industries and the range of its product lines and the markets in which the organization functions to fulfill its organizational objectives and purpose. The relevance of corporate strategy is of immense value whether it is to a small firm, a small company, or to a large multinational corporation and MNC. A large multi-business company would have its own concerns regarding the corporate strategy. It would be managing various product lines and various business units for maximum value. On the other hand, a small business would be having its own problems to deal with its competitors and to deal with the business environment in which it is set. What are different types of corporate strategies? The organization can either choose to direct its resources and capabilities towards internal growth strategies, or it may choose to diversify into other businesses and markets. This is one basic strategy alternative, a strategy dilemma that all organizations, all companies face, whether small or large. Therefore, it is the choice between internal strategies for internal growth or for external growth, exploiting the external environment in terms of new markets and in terms of also acquiring new businesses. Therefore, all of this forms a part of corporate strategy. Market penetration. What is market penetration? Market penetration refers to a firm which pursues a strategy to increase their market share using the existing products in the existing markets. The objective of the firm is to attract new consumers or to pursue existing consumers to increase their usage of their products or services. Therefore, market penetration is a strategy which is not basically diversifying much. This strategy has a low level of risk because it depends upon the organization's existing resources, existing markets, existing buyers and its existing technological capabilities as well. To pursue market penetration, the organization will either improve the quality of the product or the service or the after sales service, or to increase the promotion of its product, for instance through some discounts or other such sales promotion activities. Also, it could have a strategy which evolves along the lines of mass marketing. The organization is able to respond quickly to rapidly changing consumer needs. For instance, they have the knowledge of the existing markets. For example, many multinational corporations like Coca-Cola, Dunkin' Donuts have realized that the need for offering small servings of their products would cater to the growing health conscious population. And similarly, Tata Nano, which is a giant in automobile industry, made an attempt to build a small car which penetrates into the small car segment by offering a car at affordable rates to middle class people. Similarly, Airtel, Vodafone offer lower prices and data packages to increase the talk time and data usage of the customers. Then, market development. Market development refers to enter new markets with the organization's existing product portfolio. This can be done either by developing new uses for its products or for targeting new geographic areas. The existing product is altered in terms of quality or new features that are added to suit the new markets better. Certain cultural and social adjustments are done to make sure that the altered product or service is more suited to the new geographical areas. Many organizations follow this strategy of growth. Market development facilitates building an organization's existing resources and capabilities. The drawback of market development strategy is that it increases an organizational level risk, since the organization may not be well experienced and well informed about the new markets. Product development. Product development refers to the development of new products to sell in the existing markets. The fast changing, rapidly evolving world of consumers' tastes and preferences, which change very frequently, necessitates that a strategy which attaches huge importance for industries such as computer software and consumer electronics should take into account these fast changing and evolving trends in terms of tastes and preferences. These companies incur huge expenditure on research and development and innovation to constantly develop new products and to retain the increase in their market share and to compete better with their competitors. For example, the handset maker Nokia, which used to be a monopoly at some time, lost its entire market to Samsung and Apple because of its inability to compete to offer the latest technologies in mobile phones to its customers. For example, the companies manufacturing mobile handsets realize that the phone is not just a verbal means of communication, but it's a device which should be user friendly, it should be smart, and therefore they tried various functions such as video conferencing, GPS, entertainment, music, and so on. These advancements in handset technology are a result of product development. Diversification. Diversification is a process of entering markets or products different from those which the organization is currently involved in. Diversification occurs when an organization looks for broadening the scope of its activities by searching new markets and for new products. Diversification is considered to be a complex and risky affair because it involves a simultaneous exit from the current businesses and those products and those markets about which the business is familiar. Now, organization has to choose diversification when their growth objectives are very high and could not be achieved within the existing product or market. Types of diversification. One is related diversification. It refers to a situation where the firm enters into a new business activity which is linked or related with the company's existing business activity by commonality between one or more components of each activity's value chain. For example, manufacturers of computers might begin to make calculators or the other way around. The goal of the firm is to choose an industry in which it maintains a close match with the resources and capabilities which provides comparative advantage in its current industry. Related diversification can be further divided into vertical integration and horizontal integration. Vertical integration occurs when the organization goes upstream or downstream. So, vertical integration is when the firm integrates with the inputs or the backward stream of processes. Similarly, vertical integration could also happen when the firm integrates with the forward stream. So, to give an example, from automobile industry is the best example. If an automobile manufacturer goes into steel manufacture or wiring, copper wiring, rubber parts, plastic parts, which are all inputs, then it would be a case of backward integration. If on the other hand, an automobile manufacturer acquires a company which has been doing the sales and distribution of the car in different markets, then this would be the case of certainly vertical integration, but this would be known as forward integration. Horizontal integration, on the other hand, occurs when the organization takes over a competitor who was offering complementary products at the same stage in the value chain. For example, Airtel was able to acquire a market in Africa by acquiring Zain, which is an African telecom provider. So this is an example of horizontal integration. Similarly, there are cases where the Mittal Industries acquired the steel, the giant that is which was acquired by the Mittal group. Unrelated diversification. The diversification, it refers to, it is when the firm enters into new business areas that has no obvious connection, that is, that it does not in any way relate to the present businesses with the existing businesses. It lacks commonality in the markets, the distribution channels, the production technologies. For example, Reliance Industries, which originally started as a textile industry, went into retailing, entertainment industry, and petrochemicals and so on. This is unrelated diversification. If we look at other cases, we have Amway, which has got deals in, apart from certain kinds of food supplements, it also deals in luxury wear and jewelry and so on. So these are cases of what is called unrelated diversification, where the business goes into other areas, unrelated areas, where the company's core functional skills are highly specialized and they have very few applications outside the company's core business. The lack of any linkage and connection with the existing markets and products makes this strategy also very risky and uncertain. Organizations opt for unrelated diversification due to decline or saturation in the existing businesses and markets. Managed by Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway has an interest in furniture, retailing, razor blades, airlines, paper, broadcasting, soft drinks and publishing. This is a huge range of businesses and products which are totally unrelated to each other. Summary: corporate strategies are concerned with the question what businesses have to do to their organizations to compete with other firms. Corporate strategy sets the path for an organization to walk to achieve its own objectives. Corporate strategy defines the range of industries and the markets in which the organization functions to fulfill its organizational objectives and purpose. Market penetration refers to is referred to when a firm pursues a strategy to increase its market share using the existing products in the existing markets. Market development refers to the strategy to enter into new markets with the organization's existing product portfolio. Product development refers to the development of new products to sell in the existing markets. And finally, diversification is a process of entering markets or products different from those in which the organization is currently involved. Diversification occurs when an organization looks for broadening the scope of its activities by searching for both new products as well as new markets. This could be done with the help of two kinds of integration. One is known as vertical integration, where the company, the firm, the organization might integrate with backward processes, and two, it might integrate with forward processes. Then we have horizontal integration, where the firm integrates with other similar businesses, takes over such similar businesses. Therefore, there are various strategies, and each strategy has got its own advantages and disadvantages, and each strategy has its own risk.